Hello, this is a video going over the division strategies used when dividing by 2 and 4. Before I show you those strategies, I wanted to review the GET or GET strategy that we had used to help us in multiplication, since we'll be seeing those numbers in division. The G in the GET represented the groups or the number of groups. The E represents the number that is in each group, and the T was the total or product, which was your answer. So our equation would have been G times E equals the T. Depending on how the information is presented in division, we have two ways that we can write a division equation. First, the total is always started at the beginning in division because we always have the total provided. Sometimes the information will give us the number of groups. So we have to figure out how much it goes in each group. For example, in this word problem, it says Lola had 32 donuts. She had to split them up evenly into 8 boxes. How many donuts will go in each box? So we have our number of groups, which is 8 boxes, and our total of 32 donuts. The question wants to know how many donuts go in each box, so we're figuring out the E, the each. So the equation to match would be total divided by groups equals each. We'll be focusing more on this equation in this video today. The other way that the division equation can be written will be if we have to figure out the number of groups. So that's where we have the total divided by each equals the groups. For example, we have Kevin had 45 books to put into boxes. Each box can only fit 5 books. How many boxes will he need? So our total is 45, and they tell us that each box can fit 5 books. So we know that the box can hold 5 books, but we have to figure out how many boxes that we're going to be using. So our equation would be 45 divided by 5 . When we divide by 2, the strategy we use is called the half strategy. When we divide by 2, we're simply splitting the total in half. So in this equation of 16 divided by 2, we would say half of 16 is 8. Or your child can just write H16, which would represent half. So when we're dividing by 2, we're just splitting the total in half. Our other strategy, in case we're not sure about how to half numbers, would be to split the total into groups. Our first number is our total, and the second number would tell us how many groups we have to make. So for this example, 16 divided by 2, we would have to put 2 groups. Our next step would be to split up our total one by one into the groups until we don't have anything left. And our answer would be the amount of dots in each group. So I'm going to show how it should look when we split up the groups. So we go one by one. If I was able to fast forward this, I would, but I don't have that function on. So please excuse me as I move these over. So again, I have to split them up one by one. And in division, we're only looking at one group. Okay, the answer is the number in one of the groups, not all of them, just one group. So each group has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So splitting up using groups is another strategy that your child can use. In this example of 18 divided by 2, our thinking would be half of 18 is 9. And if I have a picture showing it, I have my 2 groups, and there are 9 in each group. When we divide by 4s, we use the half-half strategy. So we're having to split the total into half 2 times, or the half-half. So in this example, we have 28 divided by 4. So we would go half of 28 equals 14. Then we take 14 and we have to half that number. So we go half of 14 is 7. And as mentioned with the 2's division, your other strategy would be to draw out the groups. So we would need to have 4 groups, and we would have to split up 28. So in this picture, I've already split up the 28 dots one by one, and each group only has 7 dots. In this other example, we have 36 divided by 4. So we have to half 36 because we're dividing by 4. So half of 36 is 18, and then we half 18 and we get 9. And here we have the picture of the groups. We need to have 4 groups because that's our second number in our equation, and we split up 36 one by one, and each group has 9 dots. So a few important things to remember is when you divide by 2, you are going to half your total. When you divide by 4, you do a half-half. And you can always create groups and split up your total if that helps you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Have a good day.